Well, Paige Schulte, the Washington lady, is probably spending $150,000 a year or more in promotions.
Yeah.
So she spent a lot of money. But she's,
That's working.
she's making $1.5 million. So it's, it's
Yeah.
not too bad. So you had to say, well, I don't have any money. And since I don't have money, I've got to have put me out there.
Yep.
And then the money was, once you started spending a little bit of money, you made a little money, spend a little bit, exactly what, Gary Keller says to do. Make the money first, then spend it. Don't get yourself in a big hole.
Mm-hmm.
So you started doing that, and you did it in ways that you could have that great exposure. You had hundreds of people.
Yeah.
Used to be thousands of people go to high school games. Now it's hundreds that come.
Yep.
Yeah.
But still, and then getting engaged socially.
Yes.
Okay.
That was a huge game changer.
And did he help or hurt that when you drug him into the program?
He loves to tell the story that when I told him he was going to start doing video, he was like, no way.
Yeah. I wasn't getting in front of a camera. It wasn't for me.
I was already doing it.
Yeah. And I said, no way.
And you were doing Instagram.
Yeah. I was just literally, as I was just telling somebody the other
talking
day,
in
I
the
was
car.
literally in the car. And I would just think of something. Oh, I should talk about this. Or, hey, this is what's going on with rates. Or this is what's going on. Is it a buyer's market? Is it a seller's market? I would just 5 seconds, 10 seconds, little quick videos.
Right.
Yeah.
You were very good at it.
Thank
and you just picked it up from the beginning. You just like instinctive.
I mean, it could possibly be my theater background.
Oh,
but
there you go. Okay.
But my kids were also in acting when we first moved down here, which is why we came here. And so,
well, no, if we say it's because of your theater background, that'll chase all the agents away.
Right.
No theater background. They'll say,
well,
there's a reason she can do it and I can't.
Well, I will tell you this. I will tell you that there's for me personally, there was a difference between me videoing myself in my car and fast forward to the day that we decided to hire a professional. And then all of a sudden there's a camera staring at you. They're very different.
Whereas I'm the opposite. I can't get in a car and do it, but I can put these, our professional photographer in front of us, and I can do all these shows.
Yeah.
I'm like you. I can sit down, do these cameras, do whatever.
Yeah.
But there's a little ego thing or something. Like,
we've spoken on panels about that. And I've talked about how, to people, a bunch of people sitting out there who can't do it, right? Because they're very embarrassed, they're shy.
Right.
And I'm no different. And I literally say that when we started, my kids called it cringe. It's like, oh my God, I can't believe you're doing this. They were embarrassed. And today they're looking at our stuff and saying, wow, it's like a commercial, the things you guys are doing. Like, it's so exciting. They love it because they know me as that. And so the hardest thing is this: I'm known as a content creator, yet I can't create my own content. And I've been thinking about how to do it and get into my personal brand. But which I don't necessarily need, but I mean, I kind of feel left out because she's so good at it.
Yeah, well, you both were good. I think, and I think you've complemented yourselves really well.
Yeah,
in it, for what it's worth to you, my opinion. But
thank you.
Yeah, I see, like I've had people talk about, I don't want to say it, and I will say, go watch some of these videos. You don't have to worry about what to say.
Right.
Just start saying something and it'll work itself out.
There's
right?
people I look up to, obviously, that like just can get on a live and just talk, So there's so many levels to it. There's so many things you can do that are just so easy and free.
And it doesn't matter what you say, honestly. People don't care. It doesn't matter what your hair looks like. It doesn't matter what you're wearing. We were training. To a point, but we were sharing with our team one day. We had an exercise where everyone was going to shoot something and come back and share it. And I went out because I had to set an example, and I'm like, the guy who can't do it.
Right.
And I'm like, hey, how you doing? This is Holly and Chris, and we're starting a team. And 5, 10 times.
Start over. Yeah.
Then I started, and the rates are great. Damn. So I went, hey, this is Chris. Holly hates this beard. Do you think I should shave it off? and I went in and I didn't want to share it, but I ended up sharing it with them and I didn't post it. But that's the kind of stuff that people want to see.
I got to tell you, that's probably the biggest surprise to me in all this is that I would have said, just instinctively, I would have said, come on, give me a little meat on the bones here. And I think I'm wrong about that. I mean, I know initially, now that I've had years to watch this and see, it's because the truth of the matter is, I think I was telling you, but my rule is you sell credibility and you manage information. That's your job. That's the two things you do. You sell credibility, and the idea of getting to know you. It's like When I door knocked because I looked 12, and seriously, and I sounded 10,
Yeah.
and I was like, on the phone, you're just a punk.
Yeah.
You know, but in front of someone, I could actually be animated. They could get a sense of who I am. And that is where you win people over.
Yeah.
And so that's what this video does. And that's what, you know, should I shave my beard or not? I've come to believe that's how I get to know you.
Yes,
Exactly.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Yep.